And alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on the Self-Developed YouTube channel. You beautiful people, how are you doing? Let's go. We are a tribe. We move forward. Endure, struggler. Let's go. That's from Guts Berserk. The only anime I more or less relate with nowadays, not all the other fictional ones. I literally feel like Berserk is based on nonfiction because we are all enduring to the end. So with that, guys, let's crush it. Anyways, with that said, speaking of enduring, I believe I titled this video something along the lines of spiritual warfare, or how to navigate spiritual warfare, or what spiritual warfare is. Now, for the few of you guys, or many of you who are unaware, with what spiritual warfare is, I would not have made this video even a few months ago. I would have thought you guys, thought I'm crazy, or I would have been, I guess, too insecure to make this or whatever. But the reality is one, it's a very real thing. Two, I believe the masses of you guys are all waking up and you understand that it's real. And three, I really don't care anymore. If you guys think I'm weird or I've lost it, I'm fully sending it. That's my motto. That's my life. I lead by example. I don't care what you guys think about me. I just fully put myself out there. I do God's work, follow mission, and then you die. Like that's it. That's what it is to be a man. You're disposable. This idea that you're in a fairy tale and you always have to be traveling and living your best life and sipping margaritas, that's effeminate. That's a lie. That's a useless man more times than not. I'm not saying you guys can't enjoy yourself. I absolutely do. But you do that when the work is done. Not before, not during, but after. Do you understand? So anyways, guys, with that said, how to endure spiritual warfare. Or what is it? Or whatever the heck I titled it. So, let's jump in. So guys, straight to it. Spiritual warfare. What is this? Now, this is a Christian term. I'm sure it's in other religions, other Abrahamic religions, but I study Christianity predominantly. I do study other Abrahamic religions. I'm interested in all of them. In fact, I'm interested in all religions. People say, oh, David, study Islam. I do study it. I study all religions. I'm very interested in why people think the way they do, and the more I do study Christianity as well as other religions, the more I realize and believe Christianity is the truth, personally. So spiritual warfare in Christianity. One of my favorite quotes in the Bible is, "We do not fight against flesh and blood, but against spiritual wickedness in high places." I may have bashed that a bit. There's longer versions, shorter versions. But essentially what that means is the fight against your soul is not necessarily fleshy, right? It's not really, we got swords and guns, kind of like old Roman times. Not necessarily. It might be, but not necessarily. But it's against spiritual wickedness in high places. More or less meaning, we live in a spiritual warfare. Now, I know a lot of you guys may think that this is a bunch of BS or it's funny, whatever. That's fine. You don't have to believe me. This message isn't for you, right? And I'll actually tell you why you don't believe it in a second. But for the individuals who realize that all of a sudden their lives have been breaking down, like out of nowhere, they've been following mission. David, I'm taking your advice, and I'm really trying to make a good life for myself and the ones around me. But all of a sudden I'm getting attacked. Like my friends no longer like me, my family's turning on me, I like lost my job, or this broke down, or dude, you're like, what is going on? Like, am I crazy? You're literally like, am I nuts? Like, it seems like everybody else is living a normal life, but like I can't even I can barely function day to day. Like, I'm going through so much anxiety and turmoil, and you're not sure why. That's spiritual warfare. I believe that there are demons around us and angels, and Satan decides to attack you. There's no question about it. The second I moved into this condo, I never experienced more spiritual warfare than I ever have in my entire life. 2.5 years ago, I thought I was going crazy. I went through so many old traumas, insecurities. I got triggered. Even now, I still do. And now it's okay. I need to make this clear to bring it full circle. I believe that, I believe God allows all of this to happen. You guys hear the quote, right? Like, God sends his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. 100%. Like, if you study the book of Job, Satan more or less asked God, hey, I want to torment this guy. What can I do? God was like, do whatever you want, right? Because I know he's going to pass, but don't kill him. So Satan more or less asked God, can I do this, A, B, C, D? Do you understand? And the reason I say that is because I've come out 10 times stronger. Like, I needed to go through all those challenges to endure, to be who I am now, right? There's no question about it. So if your life is breaking down, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, spiritual warfare isn't necessarily a bad thing. In fact, it's actually a very good thing, right? And I'm kind of bringing it full circle to you guys. The people who don't believe in this, who think there's no such thing, my life is normal, my life is smooth sailing, you're probably going to hell. And the reason I say that is because why would Satan attack you if he already has you in his grasp? I had so many friends, people just every year, every day, corporate this, my life is great. That's a fake artificial world. You're not doing the will of God. There's no question. You're just not. This is the average person. You're following corrupt society. And again, I'm not saying, because you have a 9 to 5, you're going to hell or anything. No, not at all. But if your life, buddy, if your life is on autopilot and it's just easy, there's not a doubt in my mind, you're not going to the kingdom. You're just not. And there are a lot of Christians who will believe, that's BS, once saved, always saved. I don't have to do anything. Mark the Messenger actually put out an amazing video today of an analogy explaining how that's all BS, which of course it is. Like, you have to endure to the end. Faith without works is dead. If you truly believe, if you truly have faith, you will produce works. You'll be obedient. You'll follow the 10 Commandments, right? What was it? Matthew 7:21-23. And those who cried out, Lord, Lord, something along the lines of this, right? People were like, Jesus, Lord, Lord, haven't we done great works in your name, right? I've been saying I was a Christian, I was like saying, hey, look at me, I'm a Christian, I'm doing works in your name. Isn't that good? And Jesus was more or less like, I never knew you. That's terrifying. I never knew you. Only those who do the will of my Father. That's nutty, man. And what is the will of the Father? It's being obedient. It's following the 10 Commandments. How many people are actually doing that? But you guys think, I prayed once, therefore I'm saved, but you're still living in sin. BS. Absolute, utter BS. Whoever tells you that, whatever church tells you that, whatever YouTuber tells you that, is lying to you. Stay away from those individuals. And if you comment that, if you dare comment that below, because some of you guys do, you're delusional. You are delusional. Christianity is the hardest religion. I truly believe that the more I study it. It is very difficult. Absolute BS. Once saved, always saved. I go to church once a year, therefore I'm good. Good luck. Good luck, buddy. Good luck. Good luck. You think anything comes that easy? Salvation for your soul comes that easy? Such lazy individuals, man. We live in such a cowardice society where everybody just wants free handouts. The same guys, and I know this is a complete different rant, but I need to let you guys know, the same individuals who comment, David, we're saved just through faith, and they're still sinning, right? They don't actually have real faith. Are the same guys who skip the gym. They probably go once a month. Like, they're probably fat, overweight, not in a relationship. Like, I want to see how those individuals live. I really do. Because they're the same type of guys. There's no question. So anyways, spiritual warfare. If your life is constantly breaking down, new levels, new devils, right? That is a very good sign. That's a very good sign. That means you're ascending. You're actually making moves towards the kingdom. What is the kingdom? It's living a better life. It's living a biblically based life. I'm kind of assuming at this point, you guys watching this, I'm not going to say this is a Christian channel, but I've definitely been going a lot deeper into it. It's living a virtuous life, to kind of live it simply to you guys, Even before I was a so-called Christian, I was getting attacked for a very long time, and it's because I was living a base life, or I was coming to that. So it's a good sign. It's basically what I'm saying. Now that we know what spiritual warfare is, we know that it's actually a good thing, because if you're going through it, it means you're moving forward. Like, I think of powerlifting. You guys know I compete, right? Or I think of like the anime Berserk. You want it to be hard. If you're continuously just making gains, or you're always hitting the exact same weight and it's easy, you're not actually making progress. Progress happens. Like, I injured my hip after my last competition, and it sucks because I'm struggling. I squatted today and it's like there's pain, but I realize, and I actually love it because it means I have a lot of work to do. Like, that should not have happened. Like, why did that happen? Clearly, I was doing something wrong. So I'm experimenting with squat shoes, different stances, and I've regressed quite a bit. But it's okay because I build back up. And why do we do that? To ultimately get stronger, to understand our anatomy better, our physiology better, the movements better. It's good. I tore my pec years in the past. My bench has never been stronger, because I understand how to hold it, what muscles to actually use while benching, opposed to just flaring out and just hitting my pec. Like, there are many things. Powerlifting is just a small example. I would recommend you guys, as a side tangent, get into some form of competitive sport. Like, you need to do something that's hard. Like, again, the Christians that say, once saved, always saved, they don't do anything competitive. I guarantee you they don't. Because if they do, they realize everything in life is similar. Anything that has a good return is difficult. Like, you guys know this. This is kind of common sense. And it takes a long time. It takes a lot of commitment, a lot of adherence. You have to endure. You have to be smart, right? Wise as a serpent. There are many things. Don't ever think it just comes easy. That's a lie. That is a lie. That's a scapegoat. That's an easy way out. And there are no easy way outs. There are none. Sort of come to realize, and I think you guys have too. So guys, that is more or less it. That's what spiritual warfare is. Again, I'm still learning this. I've been going through it for many years of my life. It has ramped up tremendously the past 2.5 years when I moved out and really began to fulfill mission. This will happen to you. Do not be afraid. Put on the full armor of God. You have all the tools needed. I'll link my last video. It spoke of spiritual gifts on monk mode. If you guys are getting on monk mode, which is, kind of what my channel's about, you will, without doubt, go through spiritual warfare. I'm letting you know. I'm preparing you for what's to come. I'm like a sergeant on the battlefield who's gone through the battlefield for quite a few years, who's gotten bullet holes in him, shot, stabbed, whatever, right? You make it out. You got the armor on. You'll be okay, but you're going to get beat up, dude. And all I'm saying is that it's okay. You'll make it out. You are strong. You have the gifts. But I need to let you know what is coming. Because when my life broke down, I had no clue what was going on and I was terrified. I didn't know there was such thing as spiritual warfare, and I wish I did. So I'm letting you know that there is such thing. You're going to be okay. And if you have questions, feel free to reach out below, right? Comment below. I'll make more videos on it. I got you guys. And yeah, that's, I guess, kind of why God put me through it, to now help you guys. Because there's not many YouTubers who speak of this. Mark the Messenger is great, but that's about it. So guys, that is it. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. I'll finish it here with the final plugs. If you guys are interested and would like to work with me on a personal level, you guys know what's up. There is always one-on-one coaching where we can speak on topics just like this, guys. Spiritual warfare, how to persevere, make it through, and conquer your life. Or on a more practical level, improving things like your fitness, business, mindset, and relationships. There is group coaching, which is the step down. This is the workshop. I do it every month. You can check the one of February coming up for 1-hour calls with myself, a small group of men, and a private Facebook group. And finally, our third and cheapest option is the course. Passive, online, over 3 hours long, transforming your lives as men. Go download the free half-an-hour version below before getting the full one, and I will finish it there, guys. You can support Edge, Gains Club, coupon code Hammond. You guys know what's up. And I want to finish it here. Do not be afraid. I don't make this video to instill fear to you guys. In fact, the opposite. I've made it out way stronger than ever. Like, dude, the man I am now, compared to 2 years ago, it's very interesting. I would not have thought this is how I would have turned out, to be honest. Making like Christianity videos and things like that. I never would have thought that. Based, man. You will become based. You are loved. I love you. God loves you. You're going to be okay. I just got to let you know what's coming. Because nobody else will. And it's a good sign you're growing. All right? You're one of the chosen. So thank you guys. Have an amazing day. I will catch you next video. All links are below, and I'll see you then. Much love. Till then, peace.